All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome for another training session with the Government Contractors Association. We are in a deep dive training session, and tonight we will be talking about marketing and how to market business in the government market. I do have a bonus session at the end. We're going to talk about disaster relief, at least at a very high level tonight. Now, I'm planning on a future date to talk more in details about how to get into disaster relief work with FEMA and with other agencies. So tonight I'm going to at least open up the window so you can peep into that world a little bit. But our normal training schedule is we're going to be talking about marketing, and so tonight we're going to talk about marketing basics, email strategies, networking events and opportunities, how to find those events, and how to go and network with different agencies and different teaming partners out there. And then we're going to touch upon building your Dream 100. And I'll go as much as I can with all of this here, and then we'll try to get to the bonus section if time permits, or at least a very high level of it. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight in our deep dive training sessions. Welcome everybody here, and we also have people joining us online. So for those of you joining us online, welcome. So all of our training comes from our Gov Training Vault. So let me refresh this here. And if you don't have our Gov Training Vault yet, I mean not Gov Training Vault, but if you don't have our Gov Fast Track yet, then this is a tool that is very, very important for you in terms of building and growing your company. So because all of our training in our deep dive training session comes from here. Uh-oh, someone's in trouble. We got an officer of the law in the house. Come on in, grab a seat.
Can you do mine?
So he said, Mike, you are served. All right, so before we go into this, I'm giving you guys a quick update. Last week I wasn't here because we went on a trade delegation. We brought 7 South Korean companies to the U.S. and we brought them to Florida, Orlando, and we had an expo down there, and we also held a convention on their behalf to help them connect with U.S. companies. And we had a lot of, about a third of the companies came from Georgia to Florida to be with these Korean companies, and then the rest of them are from the state of Florida itself. So we had, in terms of the Korean companies, we had a textile manufacturing companies where they make their own fabric and they can make uniforms for any purpose. So they can do safety uniforms, they can do police officer uniforms, military uniforms, they can do school uniforms. One of the company from Georgia went with us, or she came and met with us down there, because she's in the entertainment world, and she's doing a play and she's doing a movie, and she wanted to create all these different uniforms for all the actors and actresses and the dance party and so forth. And she wanted being made here was too expensive for her, and so she was able to connect with the company, and so there may be some potential opportunities for them to do some work together. So, and then we have 3 LED lighting companies where they can get LED light. These lights are the LED lights, and you can kind of, with fluorescent light, you can't control the level of lighting. But with LED lighting, I dimmed the lights up here, and I kept the lights back there a little bit brighter. And with LED light, you have so many more options. And then we also had a company that does bridge safety products. So we had a lot of different companies down there. And we were able to put on a great event and allow them to connect with a lot of different companies there. So it was a great, successful event. Come December, they want us to take 15 U.S. companies and go to South Korea. So if you want to prepare for that, get your business ready. Now, there's over 450 companies over there that you can team up with, or if you're trying to find someone to partner with so that you can do work and sell to the Korean government, this will be a good opportunity. If you also want to sell internationally to U.S. military facilities, whether it's in Japan, in Okinawa, or whether it's in Seoul, the military in Seoul is getting beefed up every single day. Because you heard on the news, right? The North Korean government is testing all these ballistic missiles, potential nuclear missiles, or nuclear weapons. South Korea is their enemy. So North Korea is friendly with China, and that's really the only major partner. Where South Korea is a big trade partner with the U.S. and they've got partners all around the world, and so they don't, you know, so the military, U.S. military in South Korea is building up. The South Korean government itself is building up more military arsenal to protect themselves, just in case something does happen over there. The odds of something happening is almost nil, very, very, very slim. There's a lot of talk. Some of you who are veterans, you understand that probably nothing. North Korea has nothing to gain from shooting a nuclear arm anywhere. They're going to get annihilated. The U.S. can gain nothing out of it by taking out North Korea. There's nothing to gain from this big, large company around. I mean, not company, but nation to go take out a small little nation. There's nothing to gain from that. So there's a lot of talk, a lot of rhetoric, a lot of posturing. So my opinion, probably nothing's going to ever happen out of that. There's not going to be anything, but there's going to be a lot of talk outside of that. But that's just my own opinion. All right, so let's go into marketing. So marketing.
Is that delegation?
Yes.
Business leaders believe the same thing, which is why they still continue.
Yeah. I mean, I asked them. They said, "Hey, we're going about business. We're not afraid. We're not scared. They're going about their lives." Yeah. The people in South Korea, they're not worried about nuclear threat or anything like that. Now, obviously, there is a concern, but they're not worried about it. Yeah. So, rule number 1 to marketing is what? Don't be boring, right? Same thing. In the government market, contracting officers see documentation. They see business engaging them every single day. So you have to stand out somehow, some way. And so how do you stand out? There's many different ways, right? So first of all, when you're marketing to them, you have to market to them in a specific way. So I'm going to go over this presentation very quickly, very high level, because we went over it last week, 2 weeks ago. So today I'm going to refresh your memory for those that were here, and then for those that weren't here, you get a quick taste of marketing in the government market. So this is for all you single folks, how to get hooked up in the government market, right? How to court government buyers. Skip through all this here. So you know that you got to go prepared. But this relationship triangle is the bedrock to relationship building in the government market. So when we talk about relationship marketing in the government sector, you as a vendor, as a small business, you're in the center here. So you're in the center here. So this is you. You need to have a relationship with all these green circles. These are government relationships that you need. And you need to have a relationship with these orange circles, which are private sector relationships that you need to have. So the green circles are, the top one here is government agencies itself. These are the supervisors, the program managers. These are the agencies, and they have the problem, they have the need. So you should have a relationship with these folks up here. You also need to have a relationship with contracting officers. The folks that have the need or the problem, they have limited contracting authority. When you build a relationship with them, they can say, yeah, I need your services, Charlene, but I can't really buy from you because I don't have contracting authority. So they can buy from you depending on the agency. Like if you're trying to sell to the university system, the procurement arm of the university system, the procurement department, they might be able to buy up to $10,000 without going through the procurement process. The president of a university might have $5,000 contracting authority. So it's not going to be a lot of money. So if you're going to go and find a larger contract, you need to build relations with contracting officers. So these are additional relationships that you need to have. The contracting officers can be the CO, or sometimes we call them the KO, the contracting officer. Now, CO in the military stands for what, my veteran friends? Commanding officer. About 55–60% of contracting dollars is spent by the Department of Defense. And so often they use the word KO because CO is synonymous with commanding officer. So KO also stands for contracting officer. Now, most agencies understand CO also is contracting officer. You also need a relationship with the COTAR, the PCO, the ACO, the GSA, DLA. All these are different bodies. And so you need a relationship with all these folks. Now, if you want to take a quick picture of this here before I change, go ahead and come up, because this is really the triangles of all the relationships that you need. So come and take a quick picture of here before I train. And so you'll need a relationship with all these different buying arms, which is contracting officers. You also need a relationship with these small business advocates. These are they're not contracting officer and they're not agencies. They don't have a need. They don't need your product or your services, but they are your voice in the government market. And these contracting advocates or these small business advocates, they are the agencies, they work within agencies, and sometimes they are the SBA, and their job is to help you as a small business get more contracts. That's their job. Number one job is to help small businesses. But they're busy and then bombarded, and so you have to help them to help you. Does that make sense? So if you're going to, for example, who's in the 8A program? One company. Congratulations. Jacqueline, she just got into the 8A program when? Woo! Awesome. So now that you're in the 8A program, do you know who your SBA boss is? Okay. Tansy? Okay. From what I know about Tansy and what I know of Tansy, she's decent. Now there are some SBA boss. BOS stands for Business Opportunity Specialist. For those of you who's not in the 8A program yet, when you get into the 8A program, they assign you a BOS. Your BOS, their job is to work with you and to help you to do better in the government market. But most of them have never owned a business, so they don't understand business. Some of them have owned businesses, but of all the ones I know in Region 4 in the state of Georgia, I don't know of any of them that have owned a business before. So they don't understand business. Now they understand regulations. They understand the FAR. They understand what you can do and what you cannot do. They understand if you pay someone money, you're going to go to jail. They understand those things right there, right? And they're going to say, Jacqueline, you might not want to pay people under the table. They're going to tell you those things there. And if you're going out to lunch, don't buy lunch. They're going to tell you you can't spend more than $25 if you're buying lunch for a contracting officer. They're going to tell you those things there. But they don't understand business. So, but their job is they can advocate for you though. So what I mean by helping them to help you is you talk to Tansy and you say, hey Tansy, I'm doing work, I want to do work for the CDC, and I've talked to Gwen Miles over there, and Gwen Miles have introduced me to this program manager over here, and this is their name, this is their phone number, this is their contact information, this is their email, and they've got a project that's coming out, and it's coming out in 3 months. And can you send this person a requirement letter to see if they can sole source it to my 8A company? So that's how you help her to help you. You've done all the hard work, you found the name, the point of contact, you found the project that's coming out in a few months, and then you ask for Tansy to help you, and she'll be more than happy to do that for you. So say, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that is something that's kind of been a concern of mine in the sense of how do I actually get her involved with helping me on another level? And it's not that she won't help me, it's
really reached out to her yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not quite sure how much of what I'm always supposed to have done when I reach out to her.
Mm-hmm.
So based on what you just said, my having her to help me, do I also need to, just say for instance, like I'm in medical supplies?
Mm-hmm.
So do I need to have already, if I look on, that bids, and, see some opportunities? She mentioned to me about sole sources and synopsis and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
That she would probably be able to help me to get those. How much of that should I already have? Like if they have a product that they're requesting, should I have already found?
Yes.
They have everything together in the sense of where I'm going to purchase that from, financing, everything before I actually reach out to her. At what point do I reach out to her? And that's the question.
So she manages about 60 to 70 8A companies.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have time for every single company.
I understand.
So that's why I said you have to help her to help you.
So that's what I'm saying. I need to have all of that done before.
Yes. Yes. So you can't just say, hey, Tansy, I need your help. She can say, what do you need help with?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go to her with something specific, and so you say, now let me ask you a different question. Have you met with her? Yes, and she's your boss.
I have.
Okay.
In my orientation, she has
Okay.
my business plan.
Okay.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
And
it's not that I'm not thinking that she won't help me.
she's busy.
I want to be considerate of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I know that she doesn't have those other 8A firms that she's working with.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is I want to be very considerate before I just hop out and just start asking her to help me with something. I want to know how much I need to have myself.
Let me throw that mindset out the window.
Uh-huh.
Don't be considerate of other companies. Only consider your company. Okay? You got to advocate for yourself. You're not advocating for any other company. You don't care about the 69 other companies she's got.
Okay.
Don't worry about them. They'll worry about themselves. You only worry about your company and how you're going to get contracts. So now you want to be respectful to her and understand that she's got a lot of other responsibility besides managing your company or helping you in your company. So you want to be considerate of her. So, but don't worry about everybody else. And so the way you use her in terms of relation with her is you did your orientation. She approved your small business, your business plan, which is good. You also want to set up every 2 to 3 months. You want to go see her, and you want to let her know that you are here. I am here. I am here. I am here. Right? And that you want to let her know that you're pursuing contracts. Every time you submit a bid, just email her. Say, hey, I submitted this project. Now, the best way to use her is you want to find a sources sought project before it's a RFP, before it's a solicitation, before it's a pre-solicitation. You want to find a sources sought. You want to engage the contracting officer, and you ask them, hey, is this something that you will consider sole sourcing to a company? Okay. And whether they say yes or no, if they say, well, maybe, or if they say yes, then you get Tansy involved, and you say, hey, Tansy, this is a great project for my company. They're trying to buy $50,000 worth of medical supplies, and the contract officer said that they're wanting to sole source it, and can you send out a requirement letter to get this started? And then she will send out an email to the contract office, and she'll engage them, and they're going to work with you to help you get that contract. But you have to do all the hard work, and because she just doesn't have time. And Tansy really wants to help small business. She just doesn't always have time. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's how you use small business advocates. Now, small business advocates comes in many different forms. You have some that really care about small business, and you have some it's a job. They clock in, they clock out. You call them at 4:01, the phone just rings and it goes into voice messages because they're out of the office. And some of them, it's just a job to them, and some of them they really want to help small business. And so agencies will have their own small business advocates, and then the SBA have their own small business advocates as well. So there's many different types of small business advocates out there. And then you also want to have a relation with these orange circles. You want to have a relation with other small businesses. Who in here, outside of Jacqueline, who has her 8A, who has an SDVOSB certification? SDVOSB. Mike has his SDOSB. Now, for the rest of you, at some point, if you want to do work with the DOD, any of the military arms, if you want to do work with the VA, you need Mike to be your partner. The VA loves to do work with veteran businesses first. So if you're not a veteran, it's not that they're not going to buy for you. They have a vet first initiative. So they're going to go to veteran business first. If they can't find a qualified veteran business, then they're going to go outside of that. If you try to do work with the CDC likes 8A companies. So you want to team up, Mike, you need to team up with her if you're trying to do work with the CDC. So it just all depends on who you want to do work with. So you need relation with other small businesses with different certification. You also need relation with other small businesses that have different skill sets that you don't have. I assume you're a security guard. You're a security guard company, and are you licensed in all 50 states?
No.
What states are you licensed in?
Georgia, South, Tennessee.
Okay. All right, so you're mainly licensed in the Southeast. Let's assume that there's a project in Maryland, and you're not licensed there. You may need a teaming partner in your same industry that is there. So you may need potential partners in your same industry. You may need potential partners in different industry. For example, you may need somebody who is not in security guard, who might be in facilities, or property management, because the contract goes to the property management, and then the property manager hires out the security guard contract. And so in that situation, your relationship is with these facilities or the property manager because you want to do work with them. Because the government may not issue to you, they may issue to this company, and then they sub out the work to you. So you need different relations for different purposes. And then you also need relation with large companies. Large companies, SBLO, diversity manager, subcontracting manager, we talked about that earlier. But you need relation with other large companies so that you can be a subcontractor to them. Then lastly, you need relationship with other professionals. Someone said they didn't like proposal writing, or they didn't have time. I don't know if they do like it, but Carmichael said he didn't have time to do proposal writing. And so we told him if he didn't like proposal writing, he should get out of government contracting. No. But if you don't have time to write proposal, then you need to hire a proposal writer. If you don't have time to do relationship marketing, you need to hire someone who knows how to build relationship for you. You need a business development person, or you need a capture manager. In the government market, we call that your capture manager. So you need all types of relationships to make things happen. That's part of building your business in the government market. So let's continue here. And I'm going to skip through all this here because we covered this here a few weeks ago. So for tonight's purpose, I'm not covering all this here. You're going to have different strategies or different angles. So let me skip. All right, so let's talk about the marketing collateral that you need. So in terms of marketing collateral, you need your capability statement. You need a one-pager, a two-pager, and a long version. For tonight, I don't have time to share with you what all those are, but it's in the recorded session of 2 weeks ago. So if you want to go through those details. You also need a capability brief. A capability brief is a PowerPoint. When you're engaging a contracting officer, they're going to say, hey, why don't you come in for a 30-minute capability brief with us? And what they're saying is come in and do a presentation with us to talk about what your capacity are, what your capabilities are to do work for them. And they might say, come tomorrow. And you're saying, well, I'm not prepared. So have your capability brief done in advance. Because if they're asking you to go do a meeting with them tomorrow, then you want to be ready to go. And capability brief is your capability statement turned into a 15, 20 slide presentation. That's what it is. So you need to have your NAICS code. You need to have your DUNS number. You need to have all the different things that's on your capability statement, what you're good at, what you can do, your past performance. All those things you just turn into PowerPoint and tell a story with it. You also need a capability video. You need a capability page or capability website. If you have a website that does not speak to government buyers, you need to upgrade your website. You need to have a government tab that addresses government buyers. It needs to have all your NAICS code, all your information there, and it needs to have a link that downloads your capability statement or a button. Download capability statement so they can quickly download your capability statement. So that's, and then you need your business card. It needs to speak to government buyers. On the front, it needs to have your DUNS number. On the back, it needs to have your NAICS code, the description of services, your certifications, and so forth on the back side of the business card. So it's a mini one. A business card is your mini marketing capability statement. Think of it that way. So these are your marketing collateral. So in your capability brief, when they ask you for a meeting, you want to take your business card with you. You need to take your capability statement with you and your PowerPoint. Now, if you're sending out, if you have your PowerPoint, email it to the person that invited you to come and do the presentation in advance. Now, why should you email it to them?
So that they can make sure that it jives with their equipment.
Yes, make sure that it works with their equipment and make sure that there's no virus on there. Because they're not gonna just take your jump drive and stick it in. Because government are afraid of virus and security infiltration. So if you didn't send it to them in advance, and you're just hoping that on the day you go to the presentation and you're just gonna stick it into their computer. Because you can't, most of the time, you're not taking your own computer there. So you want to ask them, do you have a computer? Do you want me to send my PowerPoint to you in advance? Or should I bring out a printout? Now, even if you're doing a PowerPoint presentation and they have equipment, everything ready for you, you also want to take a printout with you. And if you're meeting with 5 people, take 5 copies. In fact, take 6 or 7 copies if you're meeting with 5 people. Sometimes they might bring in a few more people. So be overly prepared by taking a printout of your PowerPoint presentation. Chances are technology may not always work, right? I was having internet connection earlier, and I had to switch to a different Wi-Fi to get it to work. So be prepared. You need other marketing, if you have some nice marketing collateral, if you're meeting them face-to-face, you could take other type of marketing collateral with you as well. But if you're emailing, you don't need anything besides a capability statement. You want to be prepared. You want to know about the agency. You want to know about any projects that they have going on. And you want to distinguish yourself in terms of what makes you different. What's your USP, your unique selling proposition, and why they should do business with you. And tweak your presentation to address their need, not just pitch about who you are, but address their problems. And leave behind your marketing collateral and your business card. Now, the key to success is you got to follow up, right? That's the key to success. After you meet with them, send a thank you letter and or a thank you email. Now, what don't people do anymore? They don't send letters anymore, right? Now, the first rule was don't be boring, stand out. Yes. Yes. Perfect. So you send them a little thank you. Hey, thanks so much for meeting with me. I really enjoyed the presentation and learn a lot about your organization, your agency. Just want to stay in touch and tell you I really appreciate your time in the meeting with us. And just something simple like that, and send your your capability statement along with the thank you again, because they probably have lost it, or it makes you stand out by sending them not just an email but also a card. If they give you advice, do what they ask. For example, if they say you need to tweak your capability statement because it is missing this or it doesn't have that, you should do that. If they give you advice, or they say, I'm going to suggest that you're not the best match for our office, but the CDC, we have this other office, and I think they're a better match for you. For example, you might meet, Cynthia, you might meet with the CDC, and you're talking about IT and other stuff. But they say, you know what, we're going to introduce you to our HR team, and they handle most of our training. And we need training, but we're the IT department, and we need IT training. But we don't buy IT. It's the HR that does all the training, and we're going to introduce you to this person. If they give you suggestion or advice like that, do it. It goes a long way, and because they take that as, wow, she's really interested in working with us. She's taking our suggestions. She's really engaging us.
Especially if you follow up with them and tell them that you did and what happened.
Yeah. Yep. And it's in the follow-up. And then be persistent. You're not, after you email them, you talk to them on the phone, you even did a face-to-face presentation, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have a real relationship with them. You're just another company that showed up. So you got to follow up again, be persistent, and I told everybody about the alley cat story earlier, so be the alley cat. All right, so let's go to, so that's a quick overview. So let's talk about your email. Now, what I like to do is create a marketing message at least 7 times to the same person, a minimum of 7 times, all over a period of 30 days, 45 days, 90 days. So I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like. Now, here at GCA, we not only just teach you about marketing, but we practice a lot of the things that we teach you. Even though we're not selling directly to the government, we sell a little bit of our services to the government. Like I went away for a week last week. That was a government contract that we did, and it was with the Korean government. We did a government contract for the Korean government to help them. So they paid us to go do that there. And so we do government work, but we don't do like janitorial work or IT work. We just do things related to what we do here. So this is an example of a email marketing, or not necessarily email, but marketing strategies that we do here. So we reach out to small businesses. Now, some of you are here because we emailed you at some point. We engaged you at some point, and some of you are here because of that. But we have a marketing strategy to where we engage people. So on day 1, we send out the first email. Day 1, first email. Day 3, we make a phone call. Step number 3, we also send an email and say thank you for the meeting, because we make the phone call. So the phone call is usually a demonstration of who we are and maybe our software or our incubator program or something. And then we follow with the email, so that's step 3. Step 4 is on the same day also, we go and do a social touch. What's a social touch? Anybody know what a social touch is?
Social media?
Yeah, we use social media. connect with them either on LinkedIn or on Facebook. If it's government, they're probably not going to be on Facebook. But if it's a large prime that you're trying to engage, they're probably going to be on Facebook and they're going to be on LinkedIn. So connect with them on there. And you don't have to be weird. Just invite them to connect with you and just say, hey, it's great connecting with you. It was great talking to you the other day. Just wanted to stay connected with you. Just something simple, like be real in building a relationship. Don't wear them out. Don't stalk them, even though you're stalking them, right? I mean, guys, you know that when you see a woman that you're interested in, you're really stalking them. But you don't want to come across like you're stalking them, right? Correct. No, I'm telling the real story. Correct. So in your heart, you want to stalk them. You're like you planned out all these different things. But in reality, you kind of plan it to you find out who their brother is. And you kind of see what the brother might be on social media. You might not connect with them on social media, but you're connecting to the brother. And the brother say, hey, we have a family outing in Atlanta, and our cousin is coming from North Carolina. We're going to be at the Georgia Aquarium. So you go buy your own Georgia Aquarium ticket, and you just happen to be there. Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, you're here too? I mean, you're scheming, right? I mean, you got to build a relationship. You got to be strategic. Love happens because it's manufactured by the guys. Now, for some of you, hey, you're just good looking. You got the women falling all over the place for you, but for the rest of us, we have to strategically manufacture love. That's right. All right, so day 5. So day 5, we do another email. Day 7, we do a phone call again. Day 7, step 6. Day 10, we do another email. Now, day 10, step number 7, we're not selling them anything. We just say, hey, you know what? I just want to share you this story about this person. They became a member of the association, and they've really done it well. I just want to tell you this story. Hopefully, it inspires you. That's it.
You actually follow this?
Yeah. We follow this here. And now I can open it up, and so this is a real email here. Hey, whoever, I want to share with you about Tasha Reed, who went through our training program. She's been able to win multiple contracts. Her largest contract is $3.1 million. See her story here. That's it. I'm not selling them anything. I'm just staying in touch with them. Because if I'm selling, people don't want to listen to me, right?
It's a good strategy.
Day 14, I do another email follow-up. Now this one, hey, I'm just checking in with you. Day 21, I call it my breakup message. Now they don't know it's my breakup message, right? Hey, after 21 days and I've stalked you for 21 days and you're not interested, you know, there may not be love here, right? Yeah. So this is my breakup email, and let me share with you my breakup email. Say, hey. I emailed a proposal for your review, but haven't heard back. I don't want to keep bothering you if this is not something for you. I'm telling you like it is, right? Hey, you know, I'm not trying to bother you if this is not something for you. But if business has kept you too busy to respond, I understand. I'm just telling you. Please give me the courtesy of a return call and let me know where you stand. If the answer is no, that's fine. No, no. Often people are busy. Often people are busy. Hey, I'm still gonna keep following you up. So. Then on day 27, I still love your email. Yeah. Now they don't know the title of my follow-up sequence here. I just call it, because I want to have fun with what we're doing here, right? It's about building relationships, so.
It is.
There's more steps.
So day 30 is if the prospect have not closed the 30-day, transfer the prospect to someone else on our team that can do the follow-up. Because I don't have time to follow up. I'm running an organization. I want to make time for people, but I don't have time for everybody. And so if I put enough time to engage them, then I want to put it back to our business relationship building team, and then they follow up for long-term purposes. But this is my sequence. This is what I go through. Now we use this tool called Sales Loft, and it's very powerful. So every day I click on this little button up here, the rocket, and it tells me, okay, I need to do these things here. And it says, okay, I need to call John. And it tells me what I need to do. So this sets as a reminder for me every day of what I need to do. Now you can Sales Loft.
Loft?
Yeah.
You all purchased this application?
It's a great tool to help you, to remind you. So once I put someone into what they call a cadence or a system, my system, every day it tells me, because some people might be on day 1, some people might be on day 30, and I can't keep track of that in my mind. This system tracks all of that. So it says, oh, day 21, you need to send this person your breakup email. Day 27, you need to send them the email that you still love them. And it, yeah.
There are free versions of things like that.
Correct. And this system is very powerful. But for most of you, if you're not ready for a system like it's like $75 a month. Yeah, so it's affordable, but if you're a small business, it becomes expensive. So you can just use regular email, but create your templates like this in advance, and then you just kind of manage it. And
some of the free versions, not that one, but they'll give you like alerts.
Yeah.
Because you want to fill your relationships and your touch points,
Mm-hmm.
number of times, and like
yeah.
So many.
Yeah, you can use a free CRM that has some reminders that some different things that you can do.
But not like I like one you're
Mm-hmm.
using.
All right, so let's go to the next section. So let's talk about. I share with you what we do here. Let's talk about a email that you can actually send to contracting officers. So this is a sample email. So these are my tips in terms of there's no right or wrong way. It's like building relationships, right? Sometimes you find someone that you think this is the right person, and that relationship might turn out to nothing. But there's no right or wrong way in terms of how you build relationships. Just do something. Now there are more effective ways than other ways, and I'm going to share with you my tips. So you want to keep your emails short. Now I've got a friend, every time he sends me an email, it's like 2 or 3 pages, and I never read all of it. And he said, like, did you read my email? I said, no, because you're sending me a story every time you send me an email. I don't have time. So keep it short. Be personable. At the same time, be professional. And then you got to follow up. They're not going to fall in love with you the first email you send. So keep following up. Include your contact information. Attach your capability statement at the bottom. Seek to understand their problems and their needs and address those needs. Be solutions oriented. Don't just pitch your services. Use bullet points so that it can be quickly, they can see it very quickly. And then use a professional email address. Don't send it from hotdaddy@gmail.com or sugarmama@gmail.com. Use alfredo@languagelink.com. Use your first name because you want people to know you by your first. Don't use info@languagelink. If you're sending a personal email to a contracting officer, you're trying to build a relationship, don't send contact at whatever. Don't send info or don't send, use your real email address that they can reach out to you. And generally, I recommend, since you're a small business, just use your first name. Friends do business with friends, right? And so that's my suggestion. So here's the sample email. So Jacqueline, if you're seeking sole source contracts, this is an example here. Point of contact's first name. Now some people like to do Dear Colonel Smith or Dear Lieutenant Colonel or Dear General or Dear Contracting Officer, Megan Smith or whatever. I try not to be formal that way, my own opinion. Some people like to do the formal way. And when I meet someone and I'm trying to show them honor and respect, I might use a formal name. Like if they're a senator, I might go senator, whatever. But once you're friends with people, you just call them by their first name. And right? You don't, when your friend might be the senator, but when you meet with your friend, you're not going to call them senator. You're going to call them by their first name. And so I break down the barrier from the very beginning, and I just say, call them by their first name. Because you're trying to be friends with them. Treat them like they're already a friend. I want to introduce myself and our company to your agency. My name is Abe, and our company is this here. We are a service disabled veteran-owned business. We specialize in 1, 2, 3. You may do 50 different things. You might have 80 NAICS code, but don't send 80 NAICS code. Don't send 80 things that you do. Why? Because you research the agency and you want to send them the top 3 things that you want to do for the agency. For example, you're trying to sell them medical supplies. You don't want to sell all these different things. Because right now the hot thing for FEMA is health kits like toothpaste, toothbrush. That's what they want right now. They're not trying to get a CPR machine, or they're not trying to get any of those things, because all that need is over now. They need little health kits, something like that, and that's what you lead with. Even though you may have 20,000 different products, choose 3 of the key things you want to sell. Now here's the most important statement here. Should you have any simplified acquisition needs or sole source initiatives, we can respond very quickly to support your projects. That's the key statement here. What are simplified acquisitions? Anybody know?
Just something simple.
Simple, but what is it though? What's an SAP? Simplified acquisition procedure.
Probably something that doesn't have to go through the purchase.
Something that is simple. Any contract less than $150,000 is considered as SAP at the federal market. And SAP project must go to small businesses. That's the regulation. So I'm telling this contracting officer, I'm saying, I'm boasting a little bit about myself without coming across like I'm boasting, right? I'm saying, hey, I understand the regulation. I understand that any project that you have that's less than $150,000, I want you to kind of look my way. Look, me, I'm here, send in my direction. That's what I'm telling them. And then I'm also saying, hey, if you have any sole source initiatives, meaning contracts that you don't have to use the procurement process, and you can just directly award to me, sole source initiative. Hey, I'm your go-to company. I'm your guy. I'm your girl. That's what I'm telling this person here, and I can respond very quickly. So that's what I'm telling you.
You put all your in your signature. You put all of your
Yes.
all of your stuff.
My name,
Like
my title, my email.
PE and all that stuff, you know.
I put that in the capability statement.
Oh, you put it in capability.
Yeah. Well, you could put that you're 8A, SD, 8A or SDGOSB. You can put that too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good to have.
Hey, do you have a copy of your capability statement? A sample? I mean, I have one.
Yeah. If you shoot me email, I'll send you a sample. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you find the simplified acquisition procedures, SPAs, for the sole source initiatives? You know, can I just do like a search somewhere?
Nope.
You know,
Sole source or SAPs. SAP is any project less than $150,000. So every agency have those projects. So you don't have to search for those. Anything that comes on FBO, all of you who are members, you have Gov Directions, right? Who has not used Gov Directions yet? Okay, so you need to see Pam and get set up on Gov Directions, because Gov Directions aggregates all the projects that's out there, federal, state, local, counties, cities, everything together, hospitals, school system. They take all of that, puts into one database, and then you set up your profile, and every morning it sends you an email, say, hey, these are all the projects that's out.
And they do it by state.
Yeah, you can do it by state. It's more strategic that way. Yeah. And so you want to use Gov Direction. I mean, it's part of your membership here. So you want to use that. And it saves you a lot of time and energy in that way. So you want to use Gov Directions. You see the project, and if you see that it's sources sought, then they can sole source it. If you see that it's a solicitation or RFP, then they cannot sole source that. So if you see a RFP or solicitation, don't ask them to sole source it, because they're like, oh, this person does not know what they're talking about. Only at the market survey or sources sought stage can they sole source a contract.
What about a synopsis?
That's a solicitation, a synopsis. Yeah, it's too late to ask for sole source at that point. You want to find it early and ask at that point. So this is a sample email. Now, I've got different sample emails too, but because of time, I can't go to every single email sample in here.
Is this presentation available outside of the class?
Yes, I am recording this. So if you go to govtrainingvault.com, all of you should have access to that. As members, all of these training are recorded, and you have access to review all of this here.
The Gov Training Board, is that connected to Gov Contractors as well?
Yes, you go to govassociation.org, and once you're in govassociation.org, you have to log in. See this button here, log in? And once you log in, there's going to be a new menu that shows up. So you log in, and hey, come on. You see this members only button shows up only after you're logged in, because only members will see this button here. So if you're not logged in, you're not going to see this members only.
If you want, then you go to members only.
Yeah. And so Gov Training Vault, you see this tab here, top contracting site, Gov Incubator Vault. So Gov Training Vault is where you want to go to watch all the videos that we record. And then just click here, member access. Now it's for members only, so don't share it around. And then once you're in here, you put in your email, your password, and you create an account. If you don't have an account yet with Gov Training Vault, then by going to our association site, clicking on the members only, going to Gov Training Vault, it will automatically allow you to create your own password here.
So it's not the same password that you use to get into the site?
No, it's not the same
So you
password.
create an account.
Correct.
Okay.
You say, see Pam, just set up what?
Gov Directions. Gov Directions is the bid matching platform, and it's part of your membership as a member of the association. If you are a paid member of the association, because we have some memberships that part of our alliance partners, like with National Association of Nonprofit, the Black Chambers. If you are those members and you want Gov Directions, it's like $10 a month, and because that we actually pay our partner to make it available to all of our members. So, yeah. We talk about networking. I got to find people. One of the best resources is of events.com. Events.com with the S. Gov.com without an S is our site. Gov Events with the S is another event planning company. And they have lots of events related to government contracting and for government contractors. But a few of them are tied to general government events. So Protect 2017, so this is like a cybersecurity event. If you look down here, they got this scrolling tab here. So one of our events here, Military Hiring Conference Atlanta, Hacker Halted International Conference Applied Chem. So there's lots of different things here that you can.
And what is that on?
Govevents.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now are you gonna go back? There was a whole list of
Yes, you can go to events and do your own search. Yes, yes. There's many, so for example, with SBA, you can go to events.sba.gov. And all right, if you want to take a picture, quickly take a picture and a second.
Can you make it larger?
Yeah, so the SBA, they have a lot of different events too. You can go to SBA site, click on Georgia, and find events. If you want to find opportunities with GSA has their own events. So every agency have their events. Agency must engage small businesses, so they either create their own events or they partake with another event. Now, one of the best events you want to go to if you want to network with contracting officers, and this is probably the best one every year, is the OSDBU, the Ostabu Conference. Ostabu Conference, OSDBU Conference. So this is their link. It's put on by a event management company, FBC Inc. So it's coming up. Usually it's in April, and it's up in DC. And here you will meet hundreds, and if not, I would say almost thousands of contracting officers will attend this event. And this is where you can go to one place and meet many different people. So 2018 is going to be April 19th. It's a one-day event. It's going to be 8 to 4, and you're going to meet so many people at this event. So this is one of the best networking event to go and meet contracting officer. Now, there's many other good ones out there, but this is probably the best one. All right, so we're out of time, and let me see if there's any other quick things I need to address. GSA have their own events, many different events. There's other association events. We're one of the associations. There's many other association events out there. There's the Black Contractors. There's the Hub Zone Council. There's the 8A National 8A Conference. If you're, as an 8A company, you might want to go to the National 8A Conference. NCMA, they have lots of good events. Where's NCMA? Oh. NCMAHQ.org. This is the National Contract Managers Association and National Contract Management Association. They have a local chapter in Atlanta. CDC, Gwen Miles, she loves to attend this event. If you want to meet a few contract officers, this is a good event to go to. They do it about every other month, I think. And you just come and look at the Atlanta chapter and find which event what days they have it, and upcoming events. And some of it is to learn, and some of it is to network with contracting officers. All right, well, that's all the time we have. I don't have time to show you how to build your Dream 100, but there is a video of how to build your Dream 100. And so if you go to YouTube, because we didn't have time to cover that, if you go to youtube.com and you type up here, how to build your Dream 100 for government contracting. And it's going to show up. How to build your Dream 100 list for government contractors. And it's going to be one of the first ones. It's an hour long. So today, I wasn't going to be able to train you the whole thing in place, but you watch the video here. It goes into a lot of good details, and in terms of how you can go and build your Dream 100, how to find agencies, how to find large primes, how to find small business to sub with. It covers all of that in the Dream 100 video. All right, so that's all the time we have today. I didn't have time to do the bonus session, so I'm going to have to show you how to do that at a different time because we're out of time here. So I appreciate everybody coming out, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.